Manila, the capital of the Philippines, is the powerhouse city of the country. It serves as both a political and economic center for millions of citizens, but beyond the bustling streets and skyscrapers hides a dark secret. In this city, an astonishing 3.1 million people live homeless, the highest population of homeless for any city in the world. That is the entire population of the Denver metro area living in the slums. In rural areas of the country, it is no better, with 44% of the population living at or below the poverty line. So, how did this happen? How could such an extreme number of people be in poverty? To start, the government that runs the country is corrupt, and I mean very corrupt. What will often happen is that government officials will get money for projects but take out far more than is actually needed. And where does the remaining money go? Directly into the pockets of upper-class politicians. With all of this unjust usage of money, there has been a noticeable increase in the Philippine national debt, with it growing by $21 billion since 2012. With all of these facts put together, it becomes easier and easier to realize why the homelessness in the Philippines is the way it is. To start, due to upper-class citizens gaining more and more wealth, it is allowing them to practically control the economy, making it harder and harder for small businesses to gain wealth, which in turn has led to many people losing their only source of work. This has made a huge gap in the middle class. The country's large debt has also had a huge impact on people, causing minimum wage to be lowered, making it extremely hard for families to sustain themselves. I did an interview with my friend who is from Manila to see how she viewed the issue. She said that when going around the city, it was impossible not to see homeless people. They would build their own communities out of trash they could find, but government officials would often come out with bulldozers and tear them down. The government, however, would make some attempts to help out the homeless by building shelters, but it was never enough to help the gigantic population of impoverished citizens. At her school, it was actually required to participate in service work for the homeless by feeding them and giving them things. However, when I asked her about how citizens view the homeless, she said that they know about it, but they try to ignore it. I then questioned her about what she thinks could be done to help the homeless. She said that one of the problems was the schooling in the country. Children will either attend a good private school or a bad public school. She said that if you didn't go to a good school, you wouldn't get good jobs in society, and that more money should go to public schools to help improve the education of youth. After doing this research, I have come to several conclusions about how the homeless in the Philippines could be helped. To start, the government needs to limit its spending on projects and needs to only take money that it will use. Second, they will need to limit the power of the upper class by not letting so much money enter their pockets to allow a better economy for small businesses to grow. Third, different political leaders need to be elected that won't be so corrupt and won't steal from the people. And fourth, there needs to be a better education system. However, is there a way that America can help out with the issue in the country as well? I believe that people can help out by donating to the impoverished communities to help citizens and by bringing more light to the issue. The United Nations has already made attempts for helping poverty not just in the Philippines, but in the world as well, by setting up guidelines about adequate living for people. But although this has been done, not much of an effect has been made. What it truly comes down to is that if there is going to be a change, it has to be done by the government itself. They need to be more aware of issues and they can't block it off like it doesn't exist. If they do these things and truly make an attempt at solving the issue, I believe that the poverty in the Philippines will be greatly improved.